Oh, can I spell simultaneously? Simultaneously. There we go. And simultaneously, she is unexpected ally. Hello, it is currently March 31st, last day of March. It is 9:16 a.m. Can you see that? And I am finally filming on my actual camera. I figured it out. I figured out how to actually make it look good. So say goodbye to the phone. This is what I've been using to film for the last couple videos. Anyways, I think introductions are in order. Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah. I'm an aspiring author and I'm a university student, and I made this YouTube channel to kind of get over my fear of being perceived and my fear of sharing my work. I kind of forced myself into making this, but also I've always loved video editing and video creation. I've vlogged my entire life, so I thought that it maybe was time for me to actually, you know, start uploading. The lighting may have changed just a little bit because I have my monitor is behind you, and I also have my laptop over here that I just opened up my Word document in, and I do use light mode. Sorry, I'm a light mode enthusiast. Anyways, the point of this video and the point of today is to get as much writing as I physically can done, which I should introduce this project to you, shouldn't I? I'm calling it Project Swan Lake. It's not actually inspired by Swan Lake. I'm sort of using the vibe and the tone and the aura of Swan Lake, but it has nothing to do with the actual fairy tale. The last video that I posted was about this project, was introducing this project, but I also was actively drafting this and trying to draft and brainstorm and outline all at once, which I should clarify. When I say outline, I don't mean an in-depth outline. I mean the loosest outline you could possibly imagine. It really is just scribbled notes. It's my version of an outline, which I don't think a lot of people would consider it an outline, but I do. Take a shot every time I said outline, my goodness. I need to stop rambling so much because I will lose my train of thought. I lose my train of thought so easily that why do I keep doing this to myself? I couldn't tell you. Back in January, literally after I hit publish on that video, I immediately was like, actually, I hate all of this. I'm gonna scrap all of it. And that's what I ended up doing. Looking back on it now, it's very easy for me to see that I just didn't understand my characters. The world was not concrete and solid enough, and the plot was just non-existent. At the time, I did think that the main issue was the plot though. So I spent the entire month of January and all of February toiling over the fact that this book had no plot. And I read so much and I watched so much. I thought that my creative wall was just empty, so I was like, I need to fill it back up. I need to, what is plot? The amount of times I googled what is plot, crazy. In early March, this was also during the time of Ramadan, I decided that I was just gonna shut everything out. I was gonna stop reading, I was gonna stop consuming content, and I was just gonna stare at a blank wall. And that's what I did, and it ended up helping me tremendously because the minute that I didn't have any outside sensory stuff being yelled at me, everything just unfolded. It was still a slow process. It took the entire month. It wasn't until, actually, I wrote it down. This is my journal for this project. Let me find the exact day that it all clicked for me. The 27th. Yeah, so this took the entire month. But I'm gonna try to blur the rest of this out and just show you the one part where I was like, everything, everything, the world, the characters, the plot, everything clicked. I'm gonna try to show you this one part. Can you read that? Is it flipped? I don't know. It looks flipped to me. It literally just says, I finally figured it all out in big blocky letters. When I tell you I was so giddy on the 27th, even now rereading my notes and just seeing the way that everything clicked together, oh my goodness. This is such a banger. This is such a banger. Is that crazy for me to say? This is such a banger. It really is. Oh my god. I came up with this. Crazy. Don't even talk to me. What are you talking about? Anyways, after the 27th, I sat down and I told myself that I was actually gonna start drafting in April. So come April 1st, which is tomorrow now, it is gonna be a Wednesday, I will start the actual draft of this. But from the 27th until now, I really just focused on making sure that this was as concrete as I thought it was, as well as making sure that it actually worked. So I currently have 1,123 words in the document, and every single one of these words feel right. They feel correct. And maybe that makes me sound hippy dippy. I don't care. I don't care because I'm so excited. Is it crazy for me to say that I already love this book? I love it for what it can be, which is another thing that I have to keep in mind. These are first draft words and they're not gonna be perfect. They're not even gonna be good, really, a lot of the time. I'm gonna try to make them good, not in like I'm gonna get hung up on like the nitpicky stuff, but in like I'm gonna slow down and I'm gonna actually try to focus on like what I'm writing and what this means for the overarching plot, which yes, I do have a plot now. It's a banger, it really is. Okay, I am gonna set myself a 15-minute time limit for rereading and going through my notes and situating myself, just because I know I know myself, and if I don't, I'm gonna spend hours on hours and hours just trying to situate myself and not actually, you know, writing. So I'm gonna do that and then I will transition into writing. Okay, it is some time later. It is actually now just past noon, just a quarter afternoon. And in that time, I have done count 'em, one writing sprint. It was 35 minutes long and it was a pretty good writing sprint. I got, let's see how many words I got. I got 464 words, so my total word count is up to 1,587 words, which is really good. And I did a little bit, just a tiny little bit of, I don't know what to call this, like scene planning, kind of, a little bit. There's a scene that I had like the idea for that I wanted to write down before like I forgot it. So that, like, I did a little bit of that, but I'm not gonna count those words. Should I count those words? I mean, should I? I just did it like in my notes app, so I would have to copy and paste it. So that is 212 words, so my total goes up to 1804. I mean, I'll count it. So I actually wrote 898 words in 35 minutes, so round of applause for me. That's actually a really good sprint. Anyways, I spent majority of the time, like when I last left you and when, like right now, hi, hello, I spent majority of that time looking for an extra battery for my camera. So I was charging the battery that died and I went to go look for a new one because I know I have another one. I know I have another battery. I just don't know where it is. I literally looked through every single drawer, every single closet, like it's not here. And I don't know where I could have misplaced it. That bummed me out for a second, but we are so back. I'm still drinking the Dunkin'. It's so good, but I can only drink it in like increments. I like to let my drinks sit. I don't know. I like sipping on it throughout whatever I'm doing. I've also been going to Dunkin' a ridiculous amount of times in the last couple of weeks after Ramadan ended. I've been Dunkin' maxing, like I've been going every single day, and that is not an exaggeration. I've been going like a couple times a day. Yeah, not good for my long-term health. Who cares though? Also, I don't like coffee, so I don't even know why I'm going to Dunkin'. Listen, the refreshers, top tier. You know what I am mad about though? I'm mad that they got rid of the freaking energy drinks there. The peach sunshine energy drink was my favorite and they got rid of it. It's like they hate me. Why? And then they got the whole protein look. Whatever. Like let's not talk about Dunkin'. Anyways, I was thinking about adding, because I do have a Notion page. I love Notion so much. Like it is my pride and joy. I think the first video that I have on this channel, I went through my Notion page for my rom-com, and that one I was using a template. It was a template that I had been using previously, but I didn't really like using. I didn't really maximize using it because it just had a bunch of unnecessary things for me personally. This is the first project that I'm doing this with. Hopefully it's a recurring thing. Now I just have like a very brief project goals, project timeline, and then just a couple like images, and like that's it. That's really it. I'm gonna add a table tracker. Okay, I'm done. I also added a little sticker tracker. Let me show you. It's not anything crazy fancy. So over here is just name, date, word count, and then just notes. And then over here it's gonna be for every 1,000 words that I get in the project, I'll give myself like a sticker. And that's just like an image that I found probably on Pinterest.
most likely on Pinterest. For example, this is the one from my rom-com. Like, look at it. Isn't this so cute? It's so cute. I know it is. Okay, yeah. This is what I basically mean by, like, tracking my word count in stickers. And then I will leave myself some notes, either, like, yelling at myself or being like, yay, it was such a good writing session. You know, whatever. It's fun. It's cute. It's cute, okay? Trust me on this. I know. It's cute. Okay, so that's what I have in Notion. It's very simple, like this go around. I just want it to be simple. I don't want to like do crazy because it was a little bit hard to keep up with everything that was in the rom-com Notion page. Ugh, I love Notion. I love Notion. I love Pinterest. Like I love aesthetic things that look pretty. Okay, so it is 12:40 now. I've been yapping for so long that it got to 12:40. So, and my laptop needs to go charge, so I am gonna take a break, which like break is crazy because I only spent 35 minutes writing, but like it's okay though. It's okay because I will come back later and I'll write some more. Swear. Promise. Pinky promise, okay? See you later. Hi, hello, it is April 1st now. I'm on campus today. I'm in one of like the reservation study rooms at the library. First of all, it's the 1st, so that means we are officially starting the draft today. We're gonna go full steam ahead on this draft. And yesterday I did end up having another like tiny writing session before I went to sleep, and so my full word count overall is 2,189. Pretty good starting point. So I'm about to leave this place. I have 20 minutes left until I get picked up. I did end up doing a lot of work, a lot of non-writing related work, but work that had to get done. I did write a little bit. I added 109 words. 109 words that took me, I think it took me like 20 minutes. My goodness, 20 minutes and 109 words. I introduced a new character and I really like him. I really like him. She calls him, my main character Deha, she calls him a foul-tempered reaper, but it's her favorite foul-tempered reaper. I think that I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this character, like especially playing off of Deha because she is a little bit of an asshole to him, but like in a way that's like they're both petty to each other. But yeah, 109 words, 20 minutes. I have 20 minutes before I have to leave, and I just wanted to give you that update. For this scene, the beginning of the scene was super sharp and in focus, and I knew exactly what I wanted to write down. It just took a couple tries to like get the words from my head onto the page, but the later half of the scene, the half that I'm currently working on, it feels like I have my eyes closed and I'm sort of wading through water. Like hopefully I'm praying that I can finish the first chapter by the end of tonight. One last thing before I go, I updated my track bear with a cover. Isn't she so pretty? Yeah, I made it in Canva really quick. But there's my little writing session. Hello, so it is 8 p.m. now, 8:50. Oop, do you see that? And I should be going to bed. I should very much be going to bed. However, I'm not. I have a bubbler to sustain me for however long it takes for me to finish this dang chapter. I said I was going to finish this chapter. I'm going to finish this chapter. Don't worry though, I also have water and I have some live streams that I missed queued up. So I'm going to put on my glasses and we're gonna write and we're gonna work until this chapter is done. I took my glasses off originally because I couldn't stand the glare, but I need them to see. Unfortunately, these are prescription. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to my playlist for Swan Lake and we're gonna freaking write this chapter, okay? We're gonna write this chapter, okay? Like right now, like here we go. Start now. My starting word count is 2,297 words and we are gonna freaking surpass that, okay? I'm gonna come back to you with an update and I'm like, I just hit 10K. I just hit 20, 30K by tonight. I'm not stopping until this chapter is done. I did it. It took so much longer than I thought it was gonna take. And I had like 500,000 mental breakdowns in the process, but by God, I did it. By God, I did it. Oh my goodness. I'm going to bed now. It is way past my bedtime. It is a nighty night for me. My camera is blinking at me, so let's see how long it takes for it to die while I do this update. And when it does die, I will switch to my phone camera. So, okay. Deal? Deal? Okay, shake on it. We are currently sitting in a random parking lot. I have Dairy Queen. I'm gonna eat that with you while I give you my update. It is Saturday, April 4th at 7:12 p.m. and this week has been very interesting. I've had some really high highs and I haven't had any major lows, but I still am hesitant to call this a good week. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the weather. I don't know if it's because something else. I don't know, but this week has been odd. Like, there have been so many good things, and not just in terms of writing. I also wrote an essay for school that I really enjoyed writing and I thought was really good. And I also had really good days at work and everything was just good. But I still am hesitant. I'm loath to call this week a good week, and I don't know why. The clouds have moved out of the way and the sky is clear. Just like a little patch of it is clear. I feel like that's a sign to say that this was a good week. So yes, I concede, okay, it was a good week. Let me show you the sky. I stepped outside for that shot, so I hope it was good, because everybody saw me, so. Not that there's anyone here, it's pretty much an empty parking lot. There are a couple cars like over there that maybe somebody was in. Anyways, in terms of writing the last couple of days, Thursday I actually didn't do a lot of work writing wise just because I had a lot of stuff to catch up on. A lot of little stuff that I had to catch up on. And then when it was all said and done at the end of the day, I did not feel like writing, but I sat down and I forced myself to, and I got like 61 words. It was very, very brief. I was just rereading what I wrote last night and like adding things sporadically wherever I saw fit. Or not last night, Wednesday night. If the audio changes, it's because I turned the heat off and hopefully you can hear me better now because of that. Friday, yesterday, I spent the first half of the day working on my assignment, my exam paper, my research paper, and I finished that I think at like 5 or 5:30. Submitted it. I was done for the day. I didn't think that I was going to do any more writing for the day, but I came back at like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. maybe, like really late in the night for me. Really late in the night for me. And I decided that I was going to make myself do work again like I did on Thursday. But I ended up writing 1,200 words. The first 200 words were like pulling teeth. But the last 1,000 were so easy. They were flowing. It was like the gates of my mind, the floodgates of my mind were open and I was just writing like stream of consciousness. And that writing session I think was particularly memorable because I kept stumbling into roadblocks, not like really big roadblocks, just tiny little things that in the last draft, the one back in January, would have tripped me up completely and I would not have been able to figure out how to fix it and keep going. But for this draft, I was able to do that and I was able to do it so fluidly. Like I wasn't even thinking about, oh, let me try to fix this. It was more like, oh, okay, this is a problem, or oh, this is a potential plot hole, let me try to fix it now, or I need this specific world building to change, or I need to tweak it in a way that makes sense with the rest of the story that I've built up, or this character wouldn't act like that. And it was just little things that I was doing, like little recalibrations that I didn't even realize were significant, inevitably like helped me work out this issue that I was having with the book overall, and like trying to find a way through the problem that I'd created, because like I said, I'm still very much a pantser, so a lot of problems come up like that for me during drafting, which I feel like this whole thing just proves to me that I made the right call when it came to stopping that January draft and like re-figuring out everything and taking time to do that. And I think that this is a good example of you can spend however long you want to spend outlining, plotting, you know, getting your ducks in a row, but it takes you actually sitting down and drafting to see the problems at hand, because there are things that won't come up in your outline that will come up when you're actually writing that you did not plan for. And I think that there might be a greater life metaphor in that. I don't know, there are things you can't plan for always in life. Sometimes I say things and I'm like, wow, I'm a cornball. Like, actually, I'm such a cornball. Anyways, I had a really good writing session on Friday. My camera battery has held on a lot longer than I thought it would, and I am not one to test fate, so I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you so much for sticking with me, sticking till the end. I will see you hopefully soon. I hope you enjoyed this video.